Rainbow Hills Country Club. This is the Moving Day Saturday round. TV Group's 38th Korea Women's Championship. You are very welcome to the second major championship KLPGA season. My name is Adam Jenkins. So great to have you along for the next 3 hours in Umseongun. We have cut the field down from 132 perfectly in half to 66 who made the cut, all in pursuit of a 1.2 billion won prize purse, with No Seung-hee continuing to lead this competition. The action is fast and furious, with our featured groups around the midway marks of their respective rounds. We go to 8. She's 1 under today, and that will be a chance for her to take outright second position. shakeup on hole number 9. Currently 3 off the pace. Her approach shot's to the left side of the green and is going to use the downslope to center herself slightly. She's one of the best performers of the day thus far at 2 under. In fact, that is tied for the second highest score of all 66 players who have competed today. And this putt looks like it has a bit too much break and does indeed whiz by the outside of the cup. Trying to play an approach on 9, but comes up short. If she's not in the sand, she is in a very thick section of the rough. And Uni Na for a bogey that will drop her to -4. Pays for misread of that initial putt. It is her first drop stroke of the day. She goes to 1 under for this Saturday. Kim Seung-hee is going to get that to just wedge in. Tied for second now with her 3rd birdie of the front 9. Take another look. Ends up offering a huge assist to that birdie. Currently 27 degrees, a little bit cooler than it was through the first 2 rounds of the competition here. Some of those overcast skies, hoping to keep the heat away. And that broke away almost immediately. It ends up being missed by almost half a meter to the outside. Seung-hee, she'll have to settle for the par with a fairly comfortable lead this point on Saturday. You can go to 9, and it is indeed in the sand. From our vantage point, this little flop shot will want to be left of the hole. And that's why. Now, easier said than done when we just assume what would be the best, knowing that the most important part of that shot was just getting it up onto the green. Back to 8, Kim Min-byul, after that marvelous approach, can move within just 2 strokes of the top. Left, right, carries on just enough. She is absolutely rewarded for that marvelous shot onto the green. Slightly uphill as well. It's just Saturday, but with every birdie, the reactions from the gallery, the players, and their caddies are always a little bit more animated. These majors absolutely mean the world to the field. To 11, it will be 6 iron for Yunina.
와, 탄도가. 우와. 오, 나이스! 나이스! 나이스!
Relatively calm wind over the top of the green. KGA, this is her look to follow Kim Min-byul to 7 under, just a hair short. Very comfortable Saturday afternoon in Umsongun. Had a absolutely thrilling preparation tournament last week where we saw a little bit of tour history with Pan Min-ji becoming the first player to defend a title 4 times in a row, 4 years in a row. Setting the stage for this mid-June classic. 38th playing the Korea Women's Open Golf Championship.
어우, 좋아. 자, 좋아. 자. 괜찮아. 넓어.
dramatic moment. 5 meters plus and off by a fraction, popping out the back end, denying her of a birdie. Here's how our leaderboard looks. No Sungi with a 2-stroke lead over Kim Min-byul. Kim Soo-ji 2 under, as is Che Ga-bin, both tied for third now. Pei So-hyun rounding out the top 5. Rian Maliksi, our low amateur, +1 today, but -2 for the tournament in a tie for 10th position. Park Jeong, we've seen some great shot making from her, tied for 14th through 11. The likes of Chung Yun-ji, who has slipped slightly since a really good start to the tournament back on Thursday. Hong Ji-won, our defending champion, at even. Par 72, 6,149 meter set of 18 of the most challenging holes we've seen this season. Will really force the eventual winner to earn every single birdie and the odd eagle, we hope, as well. major championship with deep history, going back to 1987, when Kang Chun-Jiao won the very first Korea Women's Open. It's one of our favorite on the calendar each and every season. No Seung-hee is our leader by 2 strokes. Kim Min-byul, Kim Soo-ji, KGA being tied for 3rd. Bae So-hyun in 5th. Yoon Na, who probably has mixed feelings about this tournament. Of course, it was a poor decision that she regrets immediately, playing the wrong ball, knowing she played the wrong ball, and admitting as much. She was initially suspended from the tour for 3 years. She did not appeal. She accepted her punishment with humility and grace. She has since been able to apply for early reinstatement, and with a important lesson learned, a better person and better athlete from it, no doubt. And she's very much right in the hunt. Pizzazz as well, as it does a few 360-degree loops around the cup before eventually dropping a great bounce back for her after a bogey to start this back nine.
네, 알겠습니다. 멈춰주세요. 고.
Little chip for our current runner-up that stops a few feet shy of her target. Long first putt, all she was truly aspiring to do was keep it close. Good control just to ensure nothing more than a tap in is required. She's very much in the hunt. Absolutely knows what it takes to win on the biggest of stages. Absolutely love to add this tournament to her very impressive CV. And Yuni now fresh off of the birdie, playing the wood off the tee. Has left the driver in her bag.
Yeah.
Oh. As we peer all the way up towards the tee, blocks the reveal of just how dramatic a descent that is into the fairway. No Seung-hee tries to hit 10 under and
Oh!
came onto line a little too late. Another par coming up next. And Bae So-hyun to stay at 500 through 10. Agreed, good execution. rest of the way, and finishes out with a good score. So now Unina, after the tee shot at 12, a straight look down towards the pin. Slight right to left breeze. Good bounce. In fact, a good roll. She lands just on the border of the rough. The backspin and the downslope brings her nice and close as she will look to go back to back. She is on a nice little run at the moment.
그러면은 안 풀릴 거래. 어디로?
Well, definitely some trouble, especially when we start to see the pantomimed line to suggest that ball is lost, and she now needs to switch her focus on where to play the drop.
무릎 꿇고 할 수가 있나? 좀 어렵고?
그렇게.
The good news is she was able to find it with one last search, and not the most conventional way to play a second shot, but very importantly, it saves her the opposite side of that outcome. She had another ball played as a provisional, but not needed, so back it goes into the bag.
하나만 넣으면 다 없을 때 우드보다 너무 치고 저기 저 실질적으로 저 사람이 누구다 우산이 왼쪽 한 5m에서 왼쪽 5m에서 너무 좋아.
세게 안 쳐.
카메라 미리미리 눌러주세요. 카메라 미리미리 좀 부탁드릴게요. 샷! 샷!
2:30 p.m. local time. Back half of round number 3 set to commence. So GA is swinging a blast over the water. Not that one. There it goes. Continuing to roll and could not be more in the middle of the fairway. She stood there and dropped it. Nelson Lee is officially 27 holes away.
Bravo!
Starts to fade quite drastically. It will end up being okay as it stops on the right border.
잘 안 맞았다나?
Down they come around the water, just off the distance to the right, the 18th green, and the features that have been set up, which will surely be packed tomorrow. In fact, we'll probably see a fair few in the next 2 hours when our final group makes it to the end of the back nine. That's 1.6 meters for her birdie. It's a fine line. Put that in the mean category where she didn't miss by much and is almost the same distance away, just on the other side of the hole. To going back to back. Bogey, birdie, par. Each of the last 3. KGA being after that unfortunate trip into the trees. That was her putt for par. 1 stroke will be lost.
저기랑 주황색도 우선 사이가
그렇지. 카트 딱 중앙.
주황색 우선 까지죠.
주황색 우선 우측까지. 근데 주황색 우측까지. 멈춰주세요. 멈춰주세요. 뒷바람. 그래서 충분히.
It's 3.5 meters down to the fairway. Almost taking all of those back up.
샷.
Second shot in search of the fairway as it starts to wind its way to the right. It's excellently played and something we'll continue to monitor, that she has that ice bag. We saw it on her left shoulder just before she teed off.
주황색 왼쪽으로 살짝 떨어지고.
됐어. 나이스. 오.
To the next, where Yuna tees off. This good match continues to drive the ball very well. This is Rianne Maliksi, the
마이크.
low amateur.
칠 때만 이렇게.
이게
She
기본
is
이렇게
gonna
해야지
get
잘
this inside of
들린다고.
a
네.
meter. Brilliantly played shot. Certainly making an impact here. The 17-year-old athlete from the Philippines.
뒷바람 타기.
Sungi has never won an event before. It's a long way from doing it, but she just continues to show that constant evolution. times this season, has not missed a single cut. Her debut back in 2020. She finished 51st in the prize money ranking, then 45th the next year, 46th the third year, and last year 22nd. So except for that slight dip between 22 or 21 and 22, she has just been on an upward linear trajectory. Finds herself firmly in contention so far this week.
네, 나가겠습니다.
G, as she peers down towards the green, she is 91 meters away, dealing with a little bit of wind. Slightly at her back and helping take her towards the back third of the green.
어쨌든 너는 힘에 떨어져도 한 세네 발밖에 안 크지 풀리진 않아.
바람풍이 있을 것 같아.
살짝. 그래서 그냥 풀수 다 하면 돼. 그래도.
Kim Min-byul, it is only 80 meters remaining, the last to approach at 10. Full swing with this lob wedge. Counts for the wind, won't quite get it up to pin high. Everyone is in and around the same distance away from the flagstick, but she might just have them as the closest to the pin. Not much has changed up top. No Sun-yi from Kim Min-byul and Kim Soo-ji, Che Ga-bin, Pei So-hyun, and now Yoon Na, 4 back, tied for 5th, and Ryan Maliksi, we just saw that excellent approach. She goes to within 5 of the top. From the 66 that made the cut, this is round 3 of DB Group's 38th Korea Women's Open Golf Championship. We'll take a quick break and come back with more at Rainbow Hills. Saturday, June the 15th. .246 in the afternoon. Sung-gun back to Rainbow Hills. And Alexi, we saw on the leaderboard that she was going up once more. Philippine teen with her third birdie of the day, 2 in the last 3 holes now. Kim 5.3 meters on this putt for a birdie at 10. Starts the comeback. What a putt. Excellent display with the flat stick. Going to second at 8 under, her 4th birdie of the day. Such a difficult read, the execution, excuse me, marvelous. Pressure mounting. Osingi responds with a great birdie of her own. To 10 under she goes. She started the front with the birdie. She starts the back the same way. 2 really, really nice putts. Approach time. Now. Get the rest of the way up on the green. Almost an identical shot to her group mates, both within 4 meters at the most. And now Kim Soo-ji trying to save her par slightly downhill, right to left. Good job done. 8 holes to play for our featured group as they walk over to the 11th tee. Now Peso Yun on 12. Towards the back of the green and taking it really well. KGA now for 6 under, but didn't quite have the same read and took some extra speed to ensure she got up and ends up sailing beyond. Glancing down at the notebook to refresh her memory of the particular challenges here. Still some players on the green at the par 3, so we will head to 13 in the meantime. Yunina looking for 6 under. Picking up too much velocity at the end as it went downhill towards the target.
하겠습니다.
Ready to go on 11, not quite as short as number 6 at 144 meters, but still a hole that you can certainly attack. Biel has done. This is No Sung-Yi. 3/4 of a swing in between clubs with this yardage, and couldn't be quite as precise. Rolls around the edge and settles a fair bit back. And that leaves Kim Soo-ji. Here she goes. It's an absolutely marvelous bounce. Off the slope of the maybe at the most. One of her most impressive tee shots and shots, period, of the round thus far, and it could do a lot of good for her score. She's already third. It wouldn't take her anywhere up the leaderboard, but it would bring her within 3 of No Sung-Yi if she can go on and birdie out. As we are now on the green at number 11. And 2 of the 3 players in the group with a chance to birdie. this week at Rainbow Hills, a 1.2 times bonus in the points in the season-long race to the Wii Mix Championship. Just one more incentive from these special tournaments on the calendar. She nearly did it again. Sungi pays slightly for a tee shot that goes long. We'll settle for a par. And we head to 12. Pei So-hyun for a birdie. Did not want to make that final right to left movement and get in the hole. Get in the hole is was looking for. She's misjudged and overhit her second shot. Celebrated for a strong tee shot.
나이스 버디.
Well, she had little to do, but just tapped the ball in for birdie number 4 today. Kim Soo-ji rewarded for attacking the pin. Jaga Bean at 12. The approach up onto the green means the bite. Dig in. Poor effort by any stretch of the imagination. She is the furthest from the flag. Gallery playing their parts. You're also able to finish out the last few feet of this par 3.
스타트 라인만 생각했지?
네.
Nice back on the right shoulder.
저거는 스타트 라인 생각합니다.
It's a grin. She walks to the next tee.
나무들 중에 그 왼쪽 거 기준. 네 킬로? 네.
Jaga Bean, the next play. About 4 meters up the hill into the fourth is hers now with birdie 4 today, 2 under for the round.
문제는 되게
쳐주세요.
계속 이어지다. 그 사람이 이어져.
Hear the drone whizzing around the course, trying to ensure they are capturing every single shot. As they can. This might be a bit too much to ask of our drone operators, no matter how talented they may be.
이동하고 누르시면 잠깐 양쪽으로 나와주세요.
Big swing of that driver.
양쪽으로 나와주세요.
Down path she will go, and into the cart she will go. Unfortunately, the gallery does not have that luxury. Could at least load up the bags and go for a walk. Stretch your legs if you'd like, but you can definitely see the switchback to bring you down onto the fairway.
앞성은 아니고 그래? 앞성.
네, 웬만큼 스텝이 한 72에서부터 72까지.
Uphill, running up to get a preview of what's to come. Suyan has been a bit more of a quiet round out of her so far today.
뒷바람도 뒷바람이 안 되니까 내리막에서 강하게.
edge onto the green they walk. Sun starting to peek out some more through the clouds, and Sungi disappears under the umbrella, trying to stay as cool as she can. For Uni now it's 6.2. Speed will be key here. Making sure it has the power to get out. It's done. And it's also dropped in the bottom of the hole. 3 under, she moves for the day. Less than half of the back nine remaining. And even when she hasn't been picking up birdies, she has still been putting remarkably well. Suji from the rough, center of the green. She would like to go pretty much on line, but off towards the back, kisses the fringe, and will just stay on, forcing the decision that she must putt.
뭘 이러냐? 왜 스피를 안 먹지? 이게 들어가는데 왜 안 돼?
Girl now joins them on the green, and we head further along on the course. Weaving its way left, right, and hangs on. So Hyun, number 4 for her as well. She goes to a tie for 4th at 6 under. Refreshing the leaderboard, No Sumi continues to lead. Her advantage is 2. Kim Min-gyul has 1 stroke on 3rd, and the top 10 simultaneously pairing up and spreading out. 19 players are below par, an additional 6 at even. And from outside of the top 25 all the way through to 66th, the field that made the cut of 132 that started at the tournament. We'll be back to Rainbow Hills after a quick break. What a way to Kim Soo-ji from long range. Able to get that putt to stick.
괜찮아.
It is 3:20 p.m. local time. The weather currently in Umseong-gun, a very comfortable 25. Feels like 29 with a bit of humidity despite mostly overcast skies. Looking to replicate what we just saw from Kim Soo-ji. She saw the rollback. Maybe a percentage or two too strong. Distance to settle for a par. A dramatic one, nevertheless. Hear the shouts for go. That's go as in get over the sand trap. It's nice when the ball listens. It doesn't always decide to do that. Just a few moments ago.
실례하겠습니다. 걸음 멈춰주세요. 카메라 들지 말아주세요.
She's 4 under today, improving her score by 100% already. Takes a kick. Camera operator needs a moment to adjust, but finds it in the end.
바람이 타지. 아주 좋아. 레벨감 좋은 자신 있게 맞춰. 샷.
Trying to shape that drive from right to left into the fairway, but
디핀.
it's a rare miss with the driver today. perfectly into the fairway on the shot drive. Putts, they just keep falling. Puck-Sheen Shields, she was slowly disappearing down the leaderboard, especially after a bogey, double bogey stretch. But back into the swing of things on the back nine.
캐디분 가세요.
It's becoming something of an absolute shootout. And we, as the announcer, and you as the viewer, are much better for it. She's had in the past few holes. Acknowledging shakeup. A good putt despite the disappointing result. Sungi looking downhill towards the green. She ends up almost in the bullseye of it. Exactly. Of course, for these players, it feels like they can make just about anything work, but
여기 놓으면은 바람이 어차피 없으니까.
that
마시고.
type of range with where the pin is today, you go take an extra bit of club, you risk the rough or worse. Especially if Nelson's position, you can understand why she might be fine just to be a little more conservative. More than a satisfactory result, considering she was in the rough to begin.
그러니까 글자 알았잖아.
Other side of the spectrum where you're a little too conservative and to rely more on the putter than perhaps you would like. All three are on from varying distances, and how that might positively impact their score. back at Rainbow Hills. The longest out.
굿파.
It is indeed a good putt. Okay, so you have back-to-back birdies now. 3 off the pace as she is finding a nice little run at this stage in the back nine. So he's slightly misaligned.
스타트에서 중간까지는 확실하게 슬라이스가 있고.
떼시면 되죠.
Proving to be a tough nut to crack this green. First of the pars. Going to Kim Biel. Backspin to bring it slightly closer, but still a fair bit off the effort from Peng Xin-xiu.
네. 나이스.
That belongs to Kim Soo-ji. Preparing to begin the par 5 16th.
나이스 파!
Still a little bit frustrated that the first one didn't go, but can smile as she exits the green knowing she is still our leader. Let's take an aerial tour of hole number 14 and the different challenges and opportunities that it presents. It is one of the most beautiful on the entire course, with the terraced lakes, a few waterfalls as well. Nice to look at, not nice to put your ball into. Maybe if you or I were playing, that'd be more of a concern than it is for our elite athletes. You can see the longer you try to drive off the tee here, the more margin for error you open up, the more the water does come into play. Very narrow strip of fairway that works its way down the left before the dogleg right all the way to this green. And the green is where we find Bungshin Shield 7.5. Left to right, the break is going. Bit too much of it.
여기서 옮겨줘. 응, 항상.
좋아. 응. 이쪽 약간 좀. 네, 지금 그렇게까 치면 되는 오케이.
The honor still belongs to Kim Soo-ji. The last two win a hole from the group. Successfully into the fairway.
볼 필요는 없어. 근데 그쪽으로 가도 그냥 이지하게 넘어. 오늘 이렇게 막는 거고 거리 나가는 거.
그냥 보고 양쪽 다 상관없어.
응. 막바람이 아니라서 아무것도나. 네.
빨간 말투 쪽으로
Now, last but not least, No Sung-yi. Birdie here on Thursday, settled for par yesterday. Once again, she continues to swing that driver about as well, if not better, than anyone else on the course this week. And the reverse angle. The flight starting from behind the green. It's quaint, it's tranquil. There's one that the tour and This course are understandably happy to show off. Excellent, not much more context to add than that. Great contact on the ball, and now she just needs to sort out if she'll be able to birdie that. Birdies. One more for KGA on the other side of a bogey. She's at 6 under. You say he on 15. She's at 2 under, playing her approach. Gonna get a helpful roll with the backspin, with the slope, and that might go. Oh, ever so close. Over the side of the cup and somehow stays out. That would have been an extraordinary eagle. Carefully picking her way across this hole. So Young on a lovely little run of form. Continues it. She's also going to get that down slope roll. Not as dramatic, but equally as impressive. Understand where that roar of approval comes from. No Sunyi with one of her better these last 20 minutes or so.
이 카트를 바짝 붙여놔야 돼.
저희 거 아니에요. 저쪽 거예요. 말씀드려요? 저쪽 카메라. 저기.
일단 어머 여기.
네.
왜냐면 카메라 계속 오기 때문에.
More to do than tap it in to make it get the rest of the way. 3 birdies in a row with share of second Pae-So Hyun.
버릴 거면 짧아도 되고 길어도 되고.
Keeping Gill in between clubs. She's 92 meters back the green, but she's 10 plus above it.
대공 미만으로 맞춰.
Perhaps she exchanged off the wrong club. Hindsight always 20/20, but she was after. Also a little bit more to be desired on reflection of that shot. Let's take a look at the updated leaderboard. No Soon-Yi, she's a bit stagnant at 10 under, 2 under for the day. Pae-So Hyun now joins the 3-way tie for second at 8 under par. She is really making a charge towards the top. Lee Se-hee also now in the top 10 and is benefiting from a near eagle towards the end of her back 9. Nearing hour number 3 of our 3rd round coverage. Moving day Saturday, Rainbow Hills. We'll have more from the Korea Women's Open Golf Championship when we return.
굿. 잠깐 빼볼게.
Nearing the top of the clock as we return to the action with decent effort from Kim Yol. Now shakeup, we thought the last was a significant climb. This, of course, late in the round is most it feels like actually summiting amount 19 meters below the green. She's able to get up.
오케이.
More from this very attackable pin this Saturday in Umsung-gun. Play the pitch, get up the hill, and let gravity and the backspin naturally do you a favor. Sungi, she's been a bit stagnant of late, but a brilliant approach gives her an opportunity to extend the lead after a few holes of just carrying 10 under along. A little left to right break, and the birdie is found. Her third of the day, she remains without a misstep and 4 holes to go. Shagabin putting from the fringe, tiptoeing its way through, and it's an almost impossible putt. Any softer, she's not getting out of the fringe. And she was just about half of the way back to the front of the green.
오케이. 나이스, 좋다.
Kim Soo-ji with her par confirmed. Shagabin, she knew she had very thin or fine margins to avoid a mistake. And unfortunately for her, she will be dropping. Hole number 15 is next, the 6th of the East course. From the teeing ground to the green, not an exaggeration, a 49-meter climb from the furthest tees at the back. And basically with the distance, use the furthest bunker as your aim point. Trust that you will find that narrow bit at the end of the fairway, and then all about those approach shot ups. Despite the drama of this hole, it is, as we've seen on multiple occasions, certainly one that can be attacked. Bung Shin Shil, her third birdie of the back nine, her fifth of the day. She is now 5 off of this young woman right here.
거기 보면 밑으로 뭐가 더 있어요.
Four shouted, gets everyone's attention. And maybe a bit on the cautious side because it ended up doing just fine. Tee shots played, loaded up into the carts for the long, winding drive up to the fairway. Aggression on the par 3 rewarded. Moving on to just a few feet and pin high. No small accomplishment that. It's a great shot. bit of an awkward swing. You could hear Osungi vocalize that something wasn't quite right in it. Doesn't end up being a particularly poor approach shot. She's just way more to the right than she would want it to be. The next to go on the hunt. Gonna get the slightest of a rollback towards the flag. That was definitely an example of hit and stick. Suji makes it a perfect 3 for 3. Everyone having gone to attack and will be happy with where they ended up. With just 2 holes to play, has yet another birdie on the day, 7 under her score. An absolutely wonderful third round for her, and she is rewarded for it on the leaderboard as well. Difficult to try and keep pace with Osungi, the leader, who has not bogeyed 1 single time today. But she's doing an awfully good job of keeping herself in the mix. Sole possession of 5th now, 4 back. Kim In-byul in that 3-way tie for 2nd still. Rayan Maliksi, 1 under still at 4 for the tournament. And in 9th position, Chung Yoon-ji finished with the 73, as did Park Ji-young. Moving outside of the top 5, a few more great performances from our amateurs in the field. We'll step aside. Let me come back. It is time for the putts on 50. The coverage of the DB Group's 38th Korea Women's Open Golf Championship will continue shortly. some issues. Disappointed with their approach. Left her with a lot of ground to cover. Still has a fair amount as she prepares for her next shot. We'll go to 16. So young. She wants to make it 4 birdies on the bounce. She has to be close here. Playing her next from the rough. On its way to the green, but will be well short. Avoids the sand, though. We've seen some very kind pin placements in round 3. We've also seen some more complex and difficult ones, as 16 is. Inside of 2 meters, Kim Soo-ji can move to 2 back.
나이스
She's
버디.
got the birdie. Deserved roar, that is now 6 on the day. She's on pace for a 67. Absolutely brilliant. Almost a identical distance remaining. Picks up. Left to right will be the break here. Too much of it. No, she's had a couple of these today. It's the main differentiating factor that sees her a little bit further back than her group mate Kim Soo-ji. Just a short and simple pitch shot. Getting her 18th and final hole of the day. She is on pace for a 68. Starting off this par 4 with a strong effort. Suddenly knows to avoid a drop. She's been able to do that with consistent success today, and she stays faultless. 2 putts to stay at 11 under. Brings us very much into the home stretch with 3 holes to go, starting with the par 5. If the last hole was the big climb, this 7th hole of the East Course is the big descent. Clearly didn't quite have the video ready, so let me just walk through it, and I'm sure many of you tuning in today have seen it, not just from the players from earlier today, but also earlier in the week. It is 58 meters down to the green, a double dogleg. Right to left to start, left to right on the approach to the green. Bean waits for the crowd in front to clear out. Might just tell you her mindset as she prepares this second shot. This is what's causing a bit of a log jam. 2 meters. So another. Improbable, but absolutely marvelous. That is her 6th birdie. It's hole number 7. 4 in a row. Of course, the exclamation she is just surging up the leaderboard. 208. KGA is going to try to reach. With the right wind, you can absolutely get there. Ping of the hybrids, and she was the sand trap short. Honestly, that might not be the worst outcome. If she had skipped onto the fringe, she might be well off to the back. Get up and down, and birdie shall be hers. Kim Min-ju electing to just play a little bit more safe. Lay up into the fairway. Peng Xin Shiel. She's going to split the bunkers, but is absolutely buried in that rough. You roll the dice, don't know what you're going to get. And try to play that little extra brave. Well, now we'll show you the top-down view of 16. Mentioned the double dogleg. Great way to visualize it there. 2 pot bunkers, just as the first fairway narrows. The deeper you go in it, the more you will be feeling the optimism and bravery. And then 6 individual sand traps just before the green. 2 on the right, 4 on the left. The water hazard also there with the 3 fountains in it. Kim Soo-ji, she's a 5-time winner on this tour, the 27-year-olds. And a 2-time major champion.
Okay.
High-Tech Jinro Championship and the Financial Championship. 21 and 22 respectively. She wants to add this one as she starts to near in on a career Grand Slam. most part, Snow-Sungi has been completely dialed with the driver. She's slightly gone missed into the rough.
오케이. 자. 바람이 맞바람만 아니면 좋아. 근데 그게 거기는 여기는 안 돼.
Will eventually emerge just on the horizon and serpentine away to the fairway. Let's go back to 18. Yunina, 159 and 6 meters above the hole. She's short. Don't see any ripples, so there's a slim chance she will have seen from there, though, where exactly it ended up. But that could be a dramatic moment in what has been a really strong round. So Yun arrives to the tee at the par 3, 8 iron as she looks for her 5th birdie consecutively. But that reaction suggests
Okay.
take a line of miracle to keep the streak going. No-Sungi continues to lead by 2 from Pae So-yeon and Kim Soo-ji, 3 from Kim Min-byul. Yunina, she was 4 back, but we'll see when we come back just what the situation is for her on 18, as she was short and might be in the water. Bean mentioned that a trip to the sand might not be the worst outcome for her. To get it to 5 or 6 feet the most away from her birdie. This on 17. So yeah, just a gentle pitch and roll. Birdie streak ends, and she's still a little bit farther than she would have wanted to be, which will make par tricky. Coaching Shield out of the thick rough, returns slightly towards the flag. Turn. There she goes. Backspin bringing her closer to the front where the pin is today. Shield 4.5 meters for her birdie. Just about. 10 in par. 53 holes down this tournament. Facing her at this spot. Can she save her par? She can't. This is off the tee. It costs her a stroke. She relinquishes the 4th birdie she had accumulated on the back 9. And now KGA. Too quick. This is left. Gets awfully close. There's the last little break. One more revolution or two, and that would have been in for her. So close to a very dramatic conclusion to the round, and unfortunately for her, after finding the wet, it is a double bogey to end the day. KGA has her par. Just into the rough. So she definitely can't go on an attack. Returns to the fairway at the end of it. Set up her approach on the par 5. So Payson Young goes back to 8 under. 3rd bogey of the day. G the second, also just going for a layup. 2 for 2 as she methodically picks her way across this par 5. Punishing Shields, tee shot at 17, not quite as dramatic as her group mates, but on in a great spot.
이런 거 남편은 모험 거는 거지. 모험 거는 거야. 아니 아까 저 내리막이라 당신실도 저기서 갔어. 근데 당신실 뻥커 들어갔거든. 너무 특이야. 아유 이거 왔다. 이거 왔다.
KGA next to tee off. It is an 8 iron. And we'll get stuck on the fringe. Just about all the way there. A little short. That's excellent. Buxton does her a good half put up. Looking at a birdie. Let's see what Nosungi has for us here. "73 meters, ball slightly below her feet in her stance." And that is even better. That is hardly more than a tap in for her birdie. She will go to 12 under par. Tests of resiliency for Beisoyama. She tries to bounce back from that bogey. Joining the party,
올버디 가자.
entire group performs passes with flying colors. Brienne Maliksi, downhill putts to get to 6 under. Very fine line, and unfortunately for Filipino amateur, it's not going to impact the score at the last. Now Kim Soo-ji. Excellent. The first of the birdies recorded. Just one back now. Now that's going to be short-lived. Just a few moments from now, we will see No Sung-yi almost certainly get the same results. KGA in the meantime. Putting from the fringe at 17. Can't quite get it all the way there, but should be enough to make sure it's a par.
그렇게 빡빡하진 않아. 스타트만 잘 된다고 하니. 나이가 그렇게 많은 건 아니고.
Bit of a head scratcher. Kim Min-byul misread it, and let's that really good opportunity pass her by. Hung-Shin Shil with her 4th birdie of the back 9, her 6th of the day. Excellent tee shot. Kim Min-ju at 1.7. Well, we cheated the audio a little bit. You heard the reaction before we saw it. Gallery disappointed on her behalf.
아직 플레이 안 끝났습니다. 이동 멈춰 주십시오.
Tell how big of a moment this is for Chiga Bean. Not rushing through this at all. Kept the concentration. Slips in that nice putt for par. Up to the 18th tee, that's where she heads. Suji, 2 holes to play. On pace for a 66, wants to make sure she is exactly far back enough as she goes on to attack. birdies in the books. 4 birdies for our leader.
거기까지가 거의 끝선 안쪽이 좀더 있어. 거기까지 가면
We all have to
잠시만요. 선수분들 지나가고 가겠습니다.
failing to get any closer with the putt at the last tee shot. And a flashback. You know, it's a year in the past when the flag sticks used to be red. Long way off. So Jan with the approach shot at 18.
공도 나이가 좋지. 이게 팔로우가 안 됐대요.
Trying to keep it on the green side bunker.
저쪽 멀리서 살짝
She gets out, but only just, and that is going to be an incredibly off-balance shot to come. Let's take another look at it. Does she catch the overhanging grass on the way through? Yep, that's exactly what slows her down.
길어서 그냥 그림 맞춘다고 생각하고 약간 누워. 이런 거 너무
Now the third shot for Kim Bianchi is still a long way away. Less dramatic thus far. Number 17, that'll be just the way Kim Soo-ji likes it. Also was off. That chip and a putt should be all she needs to get the par. It's 218 where drive along the right side of the fairway will stay in regulation.
됐어. 나이스, 나이스.
Set up for a final shot of the day. One step closer to the perfect day, and one step closer to being in pole position for tomorrow's final round. Find some belief in that one. Second bogey of the day, but an important putt to prevent her from slipping by 2. Par as well. Kim Soo-ji, 1 hole to play for a future group as we near 5 p.m. local time. And as they walk across to the green, let's take a peek at what they are up against. be able to see the clubhouse from the teeing ground. That's essentially what you want to aim for. And from the second shots, chance to go on and attack. It's 18 meters down the hill from the tee ground to the fairway and another 9 from there to the green. And we have seen that front left located flag on more than one occasion so far today. This is where the field is headed. Basoyan, 54 holes of the 72 down. And a wonderful day for 33 and 35, 4 under. And sole third.
네, 하겠습니다.
Slide uphill much. And the rest of the way he's done in. Over par through 9, 1 under. Exactly where he was again. Discount her. Where she might be tomorrow. What she might do to impact Stanley. Finding the putter.
안녕하겠습니다. 카메라 버튼 누르지 말아주세요.
Suji tees off to get the group underway. Leapfrog at the moment. Many great tee shots, great drives for Nocinia on the day. Drives the group the closest to the pin. Tee shots are done. Approaches and putts. Each of the three would love to be done. The next two shots. 5:06 p.m. local time. Our final group of the afternoon. Pushing down to the fairway. Penultimate group on the green as we speak. Shakeup looking to move to 6 under. It's going to pick up speed the closer it gets to the pin. With a treasure hunt, it'll feel like. Should be able to tap in for a par. Shield. Left to right, downhill putts. Come on back. This is our birdie by about a foot. What a wonderful bat back nine especially. 32 after a bit of adversity early in the front with a bogey and double bogey. She'll have to play, or try not to play the contention for tomorrow. KGA slips in her final, but tied for seventh. 3 bogeys on the back nine, 1 on the front, all in a 71 third round.
커피 멈추면
Attention on 18. One last putt for birdie, right to left. Catches a piece of the cup. Both golfer and caddy alike come to their knees in a bit of disbelief, bewilderment. Happen to end the day. Ju could have had her 4th birdie and 5 to wrap up the day. 2 bogeys on the front and another birdie. Definitely on for a top 10 finish. Oh, she could have been closer than that.
너 그럼 하더라 그래서. 그러니까. 거의 한 4정도니까
Green is cleared and a green light. Future group, and that is not something we have seen too much today from Kim Soo-ji. Couldn't get the hybrid to get down. Now she'll feel like the iron in her bag wouldn't have been enough club to get to the green, so she tried to go with this one, and as a result, overhits into the bunker. Still 147 to go, but downhill, that's the trick with this approach. It's better, it's still a long way away, and of course with the pins so close to the front fringe of the water, being a little bit longer, as Nosuni just illustrated. with the extra long drive, she's able to play much more aggressive club, and that's the difference between a hybrid and an iron. Even she wanted to be closer than that, but quite comfortably nearest to the pin. Member of this group dominated today at different times. To arrive. Checks the brake and paces herself just to confirm front fringes from the pin and where she might want to land this ball in an ideal world. She preferred to be in the same on this live, if we're being honest. To get it done. Admittedly, this year has been a bit of a slower start. One missed cut, one missed cut and one top 10. Best result of the season, tied for 7th now. To her credit, that was at the first major championship of the season back in April. Without further ado, size will tell the story. Want the putter and wants that wedge cleaned off. Look how she comes across the ball. Just trying to lift it ever so gently, but with that rough, she gets into the grass first and is right back in the rock level on the other side of the bunker. Now a completely different path to the pin she has to investigate.
찍은 게 이 정도. 이 사이 이런 느낌.
downslope and the wind.
내리막은 계속 있어.
내리막인데 심하진 않아.
그냥 핀 쪽에서만 좀 더 심해지는.
중간부터가 조금 심해지는 거지. 전체적으로 심한 느낌 아니라 살짝씩 계속 내리막인 느낌.
To the delay while she waited
쳤다,
for
잘 쳤다,
concentration.
오케이.
No swinging. They complete a 68 bogey-free leader and pretty good margin to begin tomorrow's final round with.
슬라이스 안 보고 있거든. 많이 보이는 거 같고.
내리막. 중간보다 살짝 나온 정도. 오케이.
With this putt made, we'll start tomorrow trailing by 2. If she misses, the gap is 3, and that's heading right. Starts to come back. A bit too much to the inside. So under-hit drive. Over to the rough. To get out of the rough. And then a 2-putt. So she's sharing seconds. She also shoots a 68 today, which is disappointing considering she was on for 66. Would have been really applying the pressure from the opening tee shot tomorrow. She'll be back in the featured group. And we'll need to eliminate those small mistakes. Especially with the way No Swingy is playing and not having any of them in her game. So with this birdie, Kim Min-bill could go to 8 under. It's quick. It's a bit too quick. Why it was such a difficult hole to go on a par. Very solid round, nevertheless, for Kim Min-bill out with the 34 in the 36 even. Tied for 47. And that does it for round number 3. 54 of the 72 holes have been played. Pretty clear picture of what an exhilarating finish tomorrow will be to this second major of the season. You can already see some players spending a little extra time on the practice green before they go back to their hotel rooms for the evening. A quick whip around of the highlights. Go all the way back and start on hole number 1. This was 11:05 local, so 6 hours and 10 minutes ago. Shakeup with an excellent start to her round with a birdie to go to 4 under. Also a strong start for No Sungi. Down, the break, judging the speed, and opening up a 4-shot advantage from the early days. Yunina, she was one of the stars of this Saturday. Approach shots, and somehow finds a side spin to ensure that it is nothing more than the simplest of tap-ins. Kim Soo-ji, this was at 3. Significantly downhill and showing that the putter first birdie of the day, moving her at the time to 5th and 3rd position. Back 9 is where we will fast forward to next. Kim Min-byul, 5.5 basically. Also downhill with so much break pudding. Already her 4th birdie in the round to this point. She did have that 1 shot dropped at number 4. Not to be outdone though. No Sungi was able to get to double digits under par at long last. She started the round and started the back 9 with birdies in each of those holes. To 12 next. Kim Soo-ji essentially from the fringe, 7.2 meters, and five birds. Back to back, 11, 12, and 2 off the pace. 14 where we go next. This is where really started to make a charge. An approach to a meter, meter and a half at the most. Could be able to birdie from there. No Sungi on the very same hole. Downhill needing to get right, stay right. Find the backspin to keep her close. A little uphill rise at the end also helps bring that ball to a stop. Capitalize on her birdie, go to 11 under, then Kim Soo-ji on the par 5. 78 meters. Simple putt for birdie. Of course she had to execute, but she would do so. No Sungi. In terms of the approach game, the highlight of the round. 17 we go next. Pungshin Shil 5 back with 2 holes to play. Sole possession of 5th with her 6th birdie of the day and 4th of the back. And on 18, Kim Soo-ji all by herself in 2nd. And then things came a little unglued. The hybrid center to that really rocky stretch of rough couldn't clear it. That sees her almost remarkably consistent. 68, 68, 68. And 12 under is her score. It would be a double bogey for Kim Soo-ji. So she will start tomorrow 4 back, tied for 2nd, Pae So-hyun. Pungshin Shil, Kim Min-byul 5 back at 7. Kim Min-ju 6 under par, her score. Lee Dong-eun rounding out the top 10 with a 72 even par round for 3 under after 3 rounds. Time for us to get out of here before they turn the lights out. It was a fantastic moving day Saturday. We hope you enjoyed it. Glad that you were able to spend some time with us on your Saturday afternoon into the early evening, and hope that you can make some time for us again tomorrow as well. On the air at the same time, 2 p.m. local our coverage will begin, where we will crown a champion for the 38th time at the Korea Women's Open Golf Championship, presented by DB Group. It is so long for now, and see you tomorrow. On behalf of our SBS Golf crew, a sincere farewell. Talk to you real soon, back here on the KLPGA Tour, the second major of the season.